Good evening. My name is Austin Ray, and I am president of the senior class. At this time, please remain standing for the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, the Texas Pledge, and our national anthem. Clear Creek men, please remove your mortarboards.
Good evening. I am Mohammed Sheikh, Senior Class Secretary. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hi, I'm Claire Williamson, Senior Class Treasurer. Please join me for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing.
I invite you to join me in a prayer. Dear God, thank you for this special day. We ask for your hand to be upon all those who graduate today. Bless their lives with goodness, help them stay true to their dreams, to use their gifts wisely, and to walk into the future with faith, hope, and love. Amen. Please wait to be seated until the choir members have found their seat. Please be seated. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you to the 2016 commencement ceremony of Clear Creek High School. I would like to take a moment to introduce the class officers for the class of 2016. Vice President Isabel Huntsman, Secretary Mohammed Sheikh, Treasurer Claire Williamson, and historians Allison Reed and Travis Sandell. To each of you, I say thank you for the hard work and determination you have each given to the successful events which started in August and led us to tonight, our final Clear Creek High School senior activity. Finally, I would like to take a special moment to thank all of the teachers, staff, and administration of Clear Creek High School for their dedication and unending support for the students in the class of 2016. To our families, parents, and friends, we would not be here tonight without your love and support. Thank you for allowing us to become who we are. Isabel, Allison, and Travis will now introduce our honored guests and our school staff.
At this time, I have the great privilege of introducing the Board of Trustees for the Clear Creek Independent School District. Board President, Dr. Laura DuPont. Vice President, Ms. Paige Rander. Secretary, Mr. Charlie Pond. Board Member, Mr. Ken Balaker. Board Member, Mr. Jay Cunningham. Board Member, Miss Ann Hammond. And Board Member, Miss Wynn Weber. It's my pleasure to recognize our district leadership from the Clear Creek Education Support System. Our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Greg Smith. The Deputy Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Stephen Ebel. The Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education, Mr. Scott Buckart. The Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Education, Ms. Holly Hughes. And the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Dr. Casey O'Pry.
I would like to introduce the members of the Clear Creek High School administration who will conduct today's ceremony. Our principal, Mr. Jamie Majewski. The associate principal, Mr. David Drake. Our Dean of Instruction, Ms. Ellen Akers. And our lead counselor, Ms. Elizabeth Updegraff.
Since this ceremony honors the school experience from kindergarten to 12th grade, we would also like to introduce principals from Clear Creek High School's feeder schools. Principal of League City Intermediate, Ms. Kim Brouillard. Principal of Victory Lakes Intermediate, Mr. Adam Douglas. Principal of Clear Creek Intermediate, Mr. Jerry Hurd. Principal of Robinson Elementary, Miss Yolanda Jones. Principal of McWhorter Elementary, Dr. Michael Marquez. Principal of Ferguson Elementary, Miss Jennifer Serrano. Principal of Goforth Elementary, Mr. Mark Smith. And Principal of League City Elementary, Ms. Zan Wood.
At this time, I am pleased to introduce the members of our campus leadership team. The assistant principals are Mr. Brian Harper, Mr. Rupert Hasso, Ms. Perry Johnson, Ms. Ashley Orr. Our counselors are Ms. Ebony Barnett, Ms. Diane Briggs, Ms. Candace Gailey, Ms. Laura Stepp, Ms. Cherie Weatherford, and Ms. Michelle Wilson. Please welcome Mr. Majewski for the principal's address.
As we gather today in Challenger Columbia Stadium, we pause to remember the astronauts who perished on both the Challenger and Columbia space missions. Many of these astronauts also served their country in the military. These brave men and women have all served their country with pride, honor, and courage. Graduates, if you have committed to serve in any branch of the military, please stand and be recognized. Also, at this time, we would like to ask that all men and women who are currently serving or have served in any branch of the military, please stand so that we may recognize your service to our country. Welcome, families and friends, and congratulations to the Clear Creek High School class of 2016. It's a beautiful evening and a very special evening, as this is the first Clear Creek class to graduate at Challenger Columbia. Tonight's commencement is a pre-K through 12 celebration, and we are thrilled that principals from our elementary and intermediate schools could be here tonight. This evening is also a celebration of the partnership between school and home. Thank you, parents and guardians, for your support during this journey. Wildcats, in terms of student enrollment, you're one of the smallest graduating classes in CCISD, but don't let the numbers fool you. As a class, you accomplished so much. I liken you to that classic children's book, The Little Engine That Could. Parents, you may recall reading that book to your child about the little blue engine who rescued stranded rail cars full of toys. The little blue engine was able to pull the cars over the mountain by staying positive, using the words, "I think I can." And when the train reached the other side of the mountain and the job was done, looked back and spoke the words, "I thought I could." Just like the blue engine, Wildcats, you too have climbed mountains. Let's take a look back at that maroon engine in the mountains you climbed. Clear Creek High School is the home of National Merit Scholars, All-State musicians, and artists. Our choir continued their tradition of excellence by earning sweepstakes in all three divisions. Wildcat One-Act Play advanced to by-district. Wildcats have extended their reach nationally and internationally, with one Wildcat bringing home a DECA National Championship from Nashville in the Principles of Business. The impact of the Wildcats in collaboration with NASA can be felt orbiting 200 miles above Earth as a galley table our students designed and fabricated is on board the International Space Station. Our construction technology students have completed projects that are actually saving lives. These students have built training simulators for companies like Shell that are being used to eliminate workforce injuries. Athletically, we had a year like no other. Team tennis started the championship run going undefeated in district play. Volleyball was next, capturing its second straight district title in 10 out of the last 15. The I Think I Can spirit was ever present in 2 classic matches against Clear Springs. The Wildcats found themselves down the first 2 games, only to win the next 3 games in each match for the comeback wins. And we will never forget that blustery night in October where that maroon engine that could, known as the Wildcat football team, and most of Galveston County for that matter, rolled into the swamp to take on the undefeated Dickinson Gators. You can get excited, but I don't want to be the first principal to turn a graduation ceremony into a pep rally, but you can be excited for these kids. There was no quit in the Wildcat engine as the Wildcats defeated the Gators in the closing minute comeback to capture the district title and to remain undefeated in the regular season. The Wildcat baseball team surprised everyone but themselves in winning the district championship, making it 3 district championships in a row. Girls golf advanced to regionals, and boys water polo continued our strong water polo tradition by advancing to state and College Station. We have award-winning Cavaliers and cheerleaders, and there are many more accomplishments, but a special year at Clear Creek High School brings us to this special evening. Wildcats, this stage that you walk across tonight represents a 13-year climb to the top of one of the many mountains you will climb. As you walk across this stage, hold your head high, smile, look into the crowd to those who love you and those who have supported you, and confidently say to yourself, I thought I could. And so, class of 2016, on behalf of the faculty and staff at Clear Creek High School, thank you for bringing us great memories. You will be missed, but always remember, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. We wish all the best to each of you. Go Wildcats. Please join me in welcoming our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Greg Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Majewski. It's always great to look out into a sea of maroon on a night like this. It's even better to be able to host our 7th graduation ceremony through the course of this week. And I wanted to thank some very, very special people like the bus drivers, custodians, Galveston County Sheriff's Department, Technology Department, David Durr and his group up there, and the students who have been videoing throughout the course of this week, as well as our Maintenance and Operations, Child Nutrition Department, Safe and Secure Schools, who have pulled together 7 graduation ceremonies over 5 nights and graduating almost 3,000 students with 30,000 guests in this stadium, as well as a Clear Springs High School auditorium. We also had about 44 countries going into tonight watching the video of this particular, all the graduation ceremonies over the course of the week. 44 countries viewing these ceremonies over 5 evenings. Students, you've earned the credits to graduate, but we all know tonight is much more than a diploma. Tonight is what happens when you dare to dream and the limitless opportunities that come about when you do. Over the past 4 years, you probably also realize that success doesn't happen by chance or the luck of a draw. It is by choice. Despite the rezoning of students to start a new school, new Clear Springs High School, and a new Clear Falls High School, or complaining about not having enough quantity to select the quality, each and every one of you stepped up realizing that a team of people working together is far greater than the power of one individual. Each of you has charted your own course in pursuit of personal success, and while it may not have always been fair winds, it is my hope that you feel the journey was worth the work and the wait. I know it was for Hakeem Gus. Hakeem and his young brother came to Texas after Hurricane Katrina destroyed their home in Louisiana. With not many possessions, but much love and support from family and teachers, Hakeem flourished in CCISD, both academically and athletically. He has rightfully earned the admiration of his teachers and friends, and one of the many reasons he earned the Go Forth Award. Congratulations, Hakeem. Creek has a deep commitment to the community, improving the lives of others. Community service at Creek is not about clocking hours for college admission. It is all about paying it forward. Collectively, this group of graduates has helped elderly, mentored the youth, and beautified many parks and neighborhoods. We have, at least that I know of, 7 students have earned the highest awards of community service by the Boys and Girls Scouts of America, graduating right here tonight. Students like Madeline Castillo, who volunteered at Clear Lake Regional Medical Center. She created a group to collect games and blankets for children who spent their days in the hospital instead of a classroom. Thank you, Madeline. Also, special thanks to Mariah Pardo for being the MC at the dedication of this beautiful facility in March, and to your parents for forgiving us when we skipped your brother's name, Trevor, a couple years ago at this very graduation. Best of luck to you, Mariah, at Dartmouth College. It is stories like Madeline, Hakeem, and Mariah that make it difficult to stand up here and give you some tips on how to succeed in life, but you got it. You really got it. Success is not a goal to reach. It is the feeling of doing the best and the very right thing every day. Success is not about the race to the top, but rather keeping a solid pace along the journey. Success is not something you claim, but something you share with all those around you, and this is the Creek way. Thank you, Wildcats, for making success a habit here instead of an event. Congratulations and best of luck.
We have 2 special awards to present today. The Weber Awards date back to the opening of Clear Creek High School in 1956 and are named in honor of Clear Creek's founding principal, Mr. Alan Weber. These awards have been given each year at graduation to the one young man and the one young woman who the faculty believes best epitomizes the idea of the most outstanding student. Winners are selected based upon their leadership, academics, extracurricular involvement, and service to the school and the community. The Weber Award is the most prestigious award that a student can win at Clear Creek High School. It is reserved exclusively for seniors and is the only award that is allowed to be presented during the commencement ceremony. The recipients will have their names engraved on the Weber School plaque, which hangs in Clear Creek High School on permanent display. Each winner will also receive a medallion and a college scholarship valued at $500. When your name is announced, please come forward. The Weber Award for the most outstanding girl goes to Mariah Pardo. And the Weber Award for the most outstanding boy goes to Landon Etzel.
Outstanding, Landon. Great job, man. Congratulations.
The salutatorian of the class of 2016 is Hunter Kim. Hunter is the son of Leah and Blair and Jonathan Kim. He is a 4-year superintendent scholar and is graduating summa cum laude. Hunter will attend the University of Texas at San Antonio and plans to major in computer engineering. Please welcome your salutatorian, Hunter Kim.
Hello. I'm going to move this down a bit because I'm short. Good evening, students, family, friends, friends, friends of family, faculty, family of faculty, friends of faculty, family friends of faculty, siblings, step-siblings, cousins, those second cousins, and that one aunt that was once removed but still comes to these things anyways. I just wanted to make sure that I counted for everyone, because it is because of you all that we are here today. Welcome to this year's graduation ceremony. Now, before I start, I'd like to share a few words on how I got to be here today. We took a ride on 518, and then took a ride on Bay Area, and then the stadium was on the right. There were some other roads in there, but I slept during that time, so it wasn't that bad of a ride. When I found out I was salutatorian, I was like, wow, that's crazy. I was extremely honored and excited, really I was. Way before spring break, like months before, they told me I'd be giving a speech. And so when I started writing it the night before, it was due. I did what any one of you would do the night before you have to turn in a major project. I made sure all app notifications were taken care of because that seemed like an important thing to do. I checked Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. I made a Twitter and then checked that. I watched 13 BuzzFeed videos. I took a nap, woke up, and I cried a bit. And then I opened my computer and cried a little bit more. And then I began my speech. And in the process of all of that, I started to remember some key lessons that I've learned over the years, like how to properly lodge a pencil in the ceiling of Miss Lewis's biology class. I learned that Sonic sells sweet iced tea by the gallon in geometry with Miss McCarty. And then who could forget Mr. Brown, our lovely physics teacher? I remember learning all about physics and F equals ma, and gravity and F equals ma, and moving projectiles and F equals ma. And then when in doubt, F equals ma. It's like picking answer choice C. You put it for everything, you'll get something right. And then, of course, there was T. Brown, who taught us the rest of physics. I just wanted to say thank you to you all. Now, jokes aside, I would like to share something that I learned in my improvisation and comedy class this year. It's something we call yes and. And yes and is really just a philosophy about how to develop a scene in improv. So it's our motto to support our fellow improvisers. So let's say me and Mr. Majewski, or Mr. Majewski and I, we're in a scene together, and he says, "Hurry, the world is ending. Get in this jet-powered vehicle, we can make it." Now, that is what he sounds like. I could say, first of all, nothing is ending. Second of all, I'm not going anywhere. And third of all, that's literally just a Prius. Now, I could do that, but in doing this, I've essentially negated everything he has just come up with, and the scene has nowhere to go, so it would soon die. Now, if I said something to the effect of, the world is ending, well, power up the jet. Here, I'll bring my survival kit that's labeled, Using World is Ending. It has fruit snacks. Now we have a place to build from, because I said yes to what he established and then built upon it instead of trying to control the scene and only paying attention to my ideas. In life, there will be obstacles to impede your path. What you must remember to do is to embrace them and say yes to them, because they are a reminder that you can't always control everything that happens to you. Use the blockades to your advantage. Say yes to those obstacles and climb over them. You'll become a better person because of it. The things that seem to be changing your life in a direction you hadn't planned for aren't always negative. They can and most likely will change you into the person you're meant to be later on. Unless, of course, that obstacle is a 2007 Toyota Corolla that cuts you off on the highway. Then that's when you lay the horn down, and I'm sure you'll have more to say than just yes and. So just remember to always accept the challenges thrown at you and then build upon them as if they were a present in disguise, because they are. I've adopted this way of thinking, and it's made me take a different perspective on how to support the people around me. I now try to let the light shine on my fellow peers because they are essentially why I am here today. And now, when the sun shines, we'll shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'd always be your friend. Took an oath. I'm gonna stick it out till the end. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, A. To quote Rihanna. So congratulations, class of 2016. Thank you.
Our highest ranking senior is Christina Morrison. Christina is the daughter of Ruth and Clay Morrison. She has also received the very prestigious honor of being named a National Merit Scholar and is graduating summa cum laude. Christina will be attending Texas A&M University and plans to major in political science and economics. Please welcome the valedictorian of the class of 2016, Christina Morrison.
Good evening and welcome to graduation. Congratulations, class of 2016. Our 4 years of last-minute cramming for tests and procrastinating on projects have finally ended. Now, as we break free from high school and start something new, I can honestly say that the journey wouldn't have been the same without each of you. Before I go any further, though, I need to extend some major thank yous to those who have taken the journey with us. First, thank you to the teachers and staff in CCISD, particularly those at Creek. Your never-ending support made school infinitely more bearable. More personally, a huge thank you to my friends, family, and God. Thank you to Lisa for putting up with me over the last 8 years and for always being so amazing and encouraging. A major thank you to Sahar and Alexis for always fixing my awful diction and grammar errors and for being incredible and extremely supportive debate partners. Also, an extra special thank you to my parents for the never-ending teaching moments, coffee after all-nighters, and forgiveness regarding my exceptional procrastination habit. I couldn't have done any of this without you. Now, when I was trying to write this speech, I was completely lost. However, there was one thing that I was absolutely certain of. No Creek commencement speech would be complete without at least a few High School Musical references. So, since we're all in this together, I will try and keep this short and fabulous. A really wise man once said, "People who try are the ones who aren't talented enough to slack." And as funny as that might seem, if I could pass on one piece of advice to you Wildcats, it would be to never slack. We've had our past few weeks of bringing blankets to school, turning in everything late, and showing up in what looks suspiciously like last night's pajamas. But now that senioritis has been remedied by second semester, our break time is over. I'm sure you were hoping for something a little bit more inspiring. However, it's by far the most important thing I've learned in high school. No matter how far back you might start or how behind you might seem, always keep your head in the game and chase your aspirations wherever they might take you. Failure isn't stumbling along the way, but instead giving up when you do stumble. Because the second you give up is the second you go back to being merely ordinary. And class of 2016, you're anything but ordinary. From DECA and debate national qualifiers to our nationally accredited cheer program, robotics world titles, to our incredibly successful sports team, this class has never ceased to amaze. But nonetheless, in 20 years, you probably won't remember any of that. You won't remember that seemingly large UIL medal that you're wearing, or that all too tight hat, or even this speech. But we will remember two things: each other and the memories that we've made. Well, Creek, I think we can all agree we will have a pretty great memory. 4 years ago, we all came to Creek extremely different people than who we evolved to become today. We entered Creek as freshmen with an unhealthy obsession with Gangnam Style, neon, and texting away on our iPhone 4Ss. We journeyed through the last 4 years, arguing over whether the dress was black and blue or white and gold, competing against ourselves to beat our record on Flappy Bird, and dreading the awful SAT and ACT. And now we're leaving Creek in a world with new Snapchat filters, dabbing, and, of course, the empowering ability to vote, regardless of the options. All of the late nights, terrible tests, and horrifying Monday mornings have come to fruition and left you someone else entirely. The bad news is those things will probably never end. But the good news is that they'll never cease to change you either. In time, we'll all be in different places. So it's now or never. Each of your futures is bright and expansive. Wildcats, never lose sight of where you're going, but also never forget where you came from. Because once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Congratulations, class of 2016. We did it. Thank you.
Dr. Smith, please join me at the podium. Dr. Smith, I hereby certify that these students have successfully completed the course of study at Clear Creek High School as prescribed by the state of Texas. In addition, they have satisfied all the graduation requirements as stipulated by the Board of Trustees of the Clear Creek Independent School District.
Mr. Majewski, I accept your certification and hereby declare these students as graduates of Clear Creek High School and the Clear Creek Independent School District with all the honors, rights, and privileges. Congratulations, students. You gotta hustle.
To help ensure that every family has the opportunity to hear their student's name read, we ask that you refrain from using air horns, whistles, or noisemakers. Please remain seated in the bleachers for the entire ceremony. The class of 2016 appreciates your cooperation.
At this time, we are ready to begin the distribution of diplomas. Our first graduate for the class of 2016, the Valedictorian, graduating summa cum laude, Christina Ruth Morrison. The Salutatorian, graduating summa cum laude, Hunter Gavin Kim. The class president, graduating summa cum laude, Austin Wayne Ray. The vice president, graduating summa cum laude, Isabel Alyssa Huntsman. The Secretary, Muhammad Sheikh. The Treasurer, graduating magna cum laude, Mary Claire Williamson. The Historian, Allison Menon Reed. The Historian, graduating summa cum laude, Travis Justin Sandell.
The students graduating summa cum laude are Tyler Christian Ashhorn, Emily Michelle Berthume, Mary Ada Brinsko, Julia Marie Brito, Emily Rose Coburn, Zachary Alexander Cooper, Nicole DeWolf Drury, Landon Nicholas Etzel, Kenley Joseph Foster, Shale Bavesh Gajur, Lisa Victoria Hart, Jessica Herboth, Danielle Nicole Holmes, Sahar Jawani, Erica Coral Crop, Nicole Ann Mathis, Justin Michael Metzinger, Kush Rajiv Naik, Alexander Quan Kai Wen, Lisa Michelle Nan, Jessica Rose Naifong, Tyler James Norman, Haley Pelham Odell, Trevor De Jesus Pardo, Mariah Shelby Pardo, Megan Ann Puckett, Nicholas Alexander Rennie, William Spencer Ryder, Carolina Saria, Rachel Lynn Turner, Jeffrey Forrest Walker, Allison Marie Wilkes, Riley Scott Williams, Sarah Ashley Wilson. The students graduating magna cum laude are Sophie Marie Balarjan, Wyatt Joseph Beeson, Arbara Kate Bedini, Reagan Irene Brooks, Jeremy Thomas Buchanan, Taylor Ann Clement, Cameron Davis Fassbender, Savannah June Finger, Gibson John Michael Fleming, Rachel Elizabeth Flores, Laura Nicole Gerke, Michaela Marie Groshong, Sarah Catherine Hart, Christina Lynn Hellinghausen, Jacob Peter Heyman, Andrew Garrett Huddleston, Haley Michelle Hughes, Jack Ryan Kelly, Matthew Fletcher Kinski, Hannah Elizabeth Mead, Kaylee Elizabeth Miller, Alexander Ryan Moreland, Kevin Vilamu Paul, Carolyn Catherine Reed, Olivia Claire Rigby, Kimberly Morgan Smith, Sharia Dejay Souls, Sabrina Alexis Ty, Taylor Austin Williamson, Aliki Zamfest. The students graduating cum laude are Austin Riley Adams, Kelsey LaJean Adams, Josephine Emmeline Bivens, Brandon Joseph Bolt, Kyle Ross Connolly, Ralph Sanford Cunningham III, Lisa Samika DeMoss, Taylor Catherine Drury, Megan Ann Eldridge, Ethan Reese Elkins, Ryan Carlson Ewan, Xavier Quincy Farrell, Nathan John Guerreri, Victoria Ann Gelman, Robert Marcorona Gonzalez, Aurelia Marie Guillen, Ethan Patrick Haas, Jessica Lynn Henry, Gavin Anthony Howe, Heather Ella Casu, Jessica Lynn Kingery, Sophia Lauren Leal, Liam Patrick Malone, Tyler Luke Martin, Joshua Devon McAfee, Avery Ann Mahalski, Erica Lynette Pena, Jenna Elizabeth Reidenauer, Caitlin Marie Rivera, Mariah Navi Rose, Anna Elizabeth Schuring, Laura Renee Shelby, Megan Lynn Solis, An Hui Tang, Samantha Ann Turner, Arsheen Varani, Andrew Brian Weeson, Christian Miles Wright, Alina Elaham, Justice Alexander Yule, Alberto Noel Zapata Vasquez,
Joseph Robert Abatacola, Saif Sharif Abdul Rahman, Justin Wyatt Adams, Anthony Lawrence Alanis, Cortez Jawan Allen, Alvaro Alfonso Arnez Castro, Carlos Luis Arieta Morales, Romina Camila Arroyo Marino, Hunter Tyle Atkins, Jameson Garrett Baker, Alexander Christian Barkhausen, Alec Jordan Barash, Gabrielle Lindsay Bartlett, Dylan Lewis Barton, Jonathan Cody Bassett, Rocky Lee Batterson, Eric Edward Bowman, Jonah Aaron Beasley, Ethan Robert Beck, Bo David Benson, Colton Curtis Burka, Samantha Nicole Bertrand, Lene Ashlyn Bishop, Sophie Juliana Bishop, Michael Scott Black, Jacob Aaron Bolton, Bailey Christine Bourne, Sierra Brittany Boudreau, Jody Stella Bourgault, Darius Anthony Bowie, Courtney Dawn Brown, Lynn Allen Brown, Gabrielle Tu Hien Tron Bowie, Megan Riley Bullen, Brittany Lee Burlington, Jerica Amber Burke, Kobe Gerard Burton, Shelby Marian Burton, Ignacio Agustin Cabrera, Vianney Liliana Camacho Gaza, Juan Antonio Cantu III, Michael Soren Carlson. Chancellor Austin Carpenter. Guadalupe Carrasco Paredes. Jaylyn Celeste Castillo. Carissa Angelise Castillo. Madeline Aaliyah Castillo. Anne Marie Cervantes. Kai Chan. Vanessa Monet Chan. Kaylee Madison Chauvin. Kevin Allen Childers. It's the next one. Chandler Michael Clark. Seth William Clark. Lane Lars Paul Clave. Charles Grayson Clemens. Hunter Reed Clough. Christopher Anthony Coco. Moses Earl Duran Compton. Jake Braden Corner. Jacob Roy Cortez. Timothy Michael Covert. Cameron Taylor Crawford. Kaylee Sky Crouch. Nicholas Ryan Daniels. Kaylee Brianne Davenport. Joseph Scott Delahousse. Leanne Louise Delahousse. Verdiana Alafat de los Santos Gomez. Michael Cabeza de Baca Jr. Daleen Angelique Dacos. Emily Catherine Delac. Damon Michael Delgado. Walter James Damasi.
Luke Daniel DeReich. Kylie Lene DeViller. Zachary Bennett DeViris. Tyler Sebastian DeWitt. Daniel Raul Diaz III. Austin Barat Dickens. Ashley Joan Duran. Shane Alexander Duenis. Alexander Matthew East. Louis Tyrell Edwards. Delia Enriquez. J.P. Brodus Irwin. Nicholas Sean Irwin. Monica Avette Escobedo. Lucas Espinoza Costa. Jess Rebstock Eubanks. Brandon Daniel Evans. Sabrina Chiramaka Ezar. Megan Ann Fanders. Sydney Delane Fannings. Nicole Ashley Farnham. Joshua Janelle Ferlace. Brittany Michelle Fernandez. Madison Nicole Ferreira. William Bailey Fletcher. Ruben Marge Flores Jr. Kenneth Leon Francis III. Michael Blake Ford. Kenneth Leon Francis III. Jesse Renee Fries. Jared Michael Fugelberg. Yeah. Joel Lester Fulcher IV. Michael Robert Firsch. Logan Michael Brooks Gallios. Iris Danielle Garcia. Jocelyn Danette Garcia. Alexander Patrick Gardner. Mackenzie Jewel Garland. Namat Nadine Galani. Devon Michael Gill. Misty June Glover. Edward Wayne Goffney II. Daniel Gomez Belania. Mark Adrian Gonzalez II. Frank Paul Goodman. Austin Dylan Goto. Sidney Colleen Goto. Michael Bryce Gray. Amon Dominique Green. Amber Lynn Griffith. Trevor Philip Landrum Grizel. Javier Ricardo Guerrero. Eric Esteban Gull Sandoval. Hakeem Ahmad Gus. Olivia Therese Gutierrez. Miguel Austin Guzman. Aspen Micah Haberman. Matthew Layton Hall. Pernell Joseph Hamilton. Jessica Nicole Harden. Deja Alexis Harrell. Rachel Joy Hoffler. Gregory Wayne Hayes. Donnell Jerome Hayward Jr. Lindsay Joan Hellman. Rihanna Renee Helton. Samuel Justin Helton. Catherine Olivia Henderson. George Anthony Hernandez. Billy James Harrington. Lofton Terrence Hicks. John Elijah Hyberg. Chase Patton Hildreth. Michaela Cassidy Hickson.
Nicholas James Holbrook. Alicia Teresa Holmes. Emma Ray Hooks. Elizabeth Veronica Hope. Laif Taylor Hosea. Brandon Pierce Hauer. Kara Mackenzie Howren. Carter Warren Hubley. Jason Daniel Huffman. Allie Starr Humphrey. Natalie Lynn Heyman. Antonio Elijah Jackson. Keontre Deshaun Jackson. Isaiah Emmanuel James. Ty Austin James. Austin Michael Jaramillo. Bianca Morel Jaramillo. Dax Baron Jaramillo. Alyssa Nicole Jeffers. Michaela Monique Jeter. Asante Gerard Johns. Lauren Janae Johnson. Levante Anthony Johnson. Christopher Ivan Jones Jr. Austin Daniel Jones Zarnick. Ariana Joseph. Kyle Mark Cabord. Colton Wayne Keenan. Jung In Kim. Sean Michael Kimes. Broderick Allen Kinney. Taylor Lee Klecker. Courtney Nicole Kineper. Eric Lloyd Kruger. Aaron Alberto Lotore Fernandez. Barrett Baker Langford. Riley Beatrice Laporte. David Chase Liao. Chase Avery Lee. Donna Grace Lee. Felipe Edward Leon. Monica Louise Lester. Jordan Joseph Lewis. Alyssa Lopez. Riley Michelle Loser. Zachary Scott Levere. Hunter Emery Lloyd. Samuel Todd Lyle. Dylan Macias. Zachary DeAndre Mallory. Sarah Grace Mahmood. Hildry Lizette Mencia. Kaylee Anita Mendati. Isabella Abriana Mercusio. Naomi Molly Marcus. Haley Marie Marone. Brian Marshall Martin. Sarah Elizabeth Martin. Isaias Lee Martinez. Luis Eduardo Martinez. Casey Danielle Mason. Dylan Joshua Mayberry. Hannah Dawn McBroom. Kim Edward McCardle Jr. Ashley Monique McCoy. Xavier Deshaun McCoy. Killian Michael McDonald. Denise Adriana McKinnon. David Sean McNamara. Brooke Erica Meadows. Ethan Michael Means. Angel Alfonso Melendez. Arissa Matoja. Rebecca Lynn McKelly. Elizabeth Joanne Miller. Joshua Clayton Miller.
Alec Olin Miranda. Elsa Paloma Miranda Toledo. Darian Xavier Mitchell. Christopher Richard Montgomery. Brianna Renee Morales. Diana Morales. Aaron McCrae Mueller. Denisa Mulai. Amber Madison Neal. Caleb Ryan Neely. Matthew Terry Nelson. Abilene Elizabeth Navarez. Luis Felipe Nieves Torres IV. Chloe Brooke Norwood. Christopher Chandler Nunez. Miguel Eduardo Nunez Martinez. Sierra Danielle Ochoa. Christopher Daniel Ortega. Diego Manuel Ortiz Evans. Raleigh Eugene Osborne. Rachel Eileen Owen. Traylon Davion Owens. Andrew Patrick Pasentino. Hamesh Keaton Patel. Cassidy Jean Paulson. Freddie Valerio Pelico de Leon. Christian Andrew Pena. Brandon Perez. Wade Mitchell Perkins. Catherine Elizabeth Pierce. Christina Janae Plashik. Ronald Augustine Plaskett Jr. Michael Reese Plunkett. Zachary Allen Porter. Beatrice Posada. Sierra Taylor Price. David Arnaldo Quinteros. Markel Abier Rabosa. Ali Wasim Rahim. McKenna Brooke Rains. Juana Isabel Ramirez Guzman. Adam Ray Ramos. Jaime Antonio Ramos. Kaylin Gail Randiker. Robin Victoria Randolph. Jessica Denise Ransom. Savannah Paige Reason. Sydney Peyton Reason. Emmanuel R. Reddy. Danielle Winter Reyes. Victoria Joy Reyes. Dewey Lucius Rice. Madeline Elise Rice. Jonathan Roberto Rodriguez. Lauren Christine Rodriguez. Marco Antonio Rodriguez Jr. Trevor Dale Rowe. Mary Tate Mackenzie Roush. Preston Allen Riddle. Tony Alexander Salas. Luis Enrique Salazar. Martin Joseph Salinas. Christopher Diego Sauceda. Shelby Kathleen Savoy. Jaquel Nazir Scott. Trupesh Ashokbi Sharma. Justin Doyle Sharp.
Royal Leslie Marie Shelton. Sabrina Allison Shepard. Samuel David Wallace Schroyer. Mohammed Sarwan Siddiqui. Caitlin Michelle Sinclair. Venus Ardrice Sinclair. Jackson Clay Singleton. Samantha Brooks Gladle. Elizabeth Ann Semestrola. Avery Phillip Smith. Caleb Joshua Smith. Devon Rashad Smith. Joshua Anthony Smith. Cassidy Nicole Snyder. Madeline May Snyder. Alexandra Solis. Leonardo Jose Rios Solis. Kayla Leanne Southall. Nicholas Colton Stamos. Summer Morgan Stannebeck. Catherine Abigail Stanley. Emily Marie Stelly. Savannah Kay Stevens. Rebecca Elizabeth Stinson. London Christine Strickland. Kelsey Ann Sullivan. Zachary Robert Searles. Samantha Bridget Tamayo. Dylan Mark Taylor. Kenneth Charles Tennyson. Ernest Wayne Thomas II. Nia Amani Thomas. Carson Christine Tyndall. Javier Trevino. Gabriela Vargas. Carlos Jonathan Ventura Herrera. Connor Douglas Vike. Francisco Villa. Frankie Villatoro. Connor Landry Vining. Tiffany Renee Wade. Jeremy DeBryce Wadika. Patrick Searle Wadika. Daniel Lee Wall. Elizabeth Rosalia Walker. Vincent Cooper Womack. Cody Lee Warchesick. Satai Deja Waters. Ian Gregory Watson. Davion Damon Lou Watts. Jackson Brannon Weber. Lisa Claire Ween. Logan Douglas Ween. Adam Christopher Whitaker. Brock Mackenzie Whiteman. Clyde Hunter Williams. Keon Dreshard Williams. Madeline Blair Williams. Peyton Day Williams. Tia Michelle Williams. Jordan Bailey Willingham. Tasia LaShawn Willis. Rashadre Drayshawn Wilson. Randy Joseph Winslet III. Briley Thomas Wolf. Zoe Michael Wormersley, Jaden Woolfolk, Nicholas Xavier Wright, Tanar Blake Yoakum, Luis Angel Zambrano Flores, and Dalton Levi Zuka.
Okay.
We found that out Wednesday night. We said we got home field advantage here. Okay. We're good. We're good. Hey, we might take special requests for songs.
Seniors, I commend you on earning your high school diploma. If you have not already done so, please move your tassel from your right side of your mortarboard to the left, signifying that you're now alumni of Clear Creek High School. Seniors, we will recess to the plaza, which is behind me, but first we will close our ceremony by singing the school song. Members of the choir have moved forward. Graduates, please stand for the school song.
Hail, Clear Creek High, to you will be true. We'll follow your standards through the years to come. We'll honor you, so hail to our school, and let the colors fly. We'll go on to victory for Clear Creek High.
Amen.
Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong.